Hi guys, this is the Voodoo Doll from Noir Grimoire, and we are continuing our education on learning and utilizing the tarot in our rituals. Now we left off with the Empress, which was the third card. Today we're going to do the Emperor, which is the fourth card. So I'm going to show you the Emperor. This is Caesar. Don't know if it's... There we go. So you see he's sitting on his throne, he's got a lion at his feet, and there's a bird in the window. So the Emperor, unlike the Empress, the Emperor knows that there are no battles that are won without losers. So the Empress does everything she can to win fairly, and she actually will concede instead of trying to push forward if it means that she has to step on people's toes. The Emperor does not give a fuck, honey. He is going to win, and he will leave bodies all along that battlefield if he has to. The Emperor is patriarchal authority. The Empress was matriarchal authority. So maybe you all have a father that's kind of like the Emperor. I want you to challenge yourselves to figure out who the Emperor is in your life. This is someone who's a go-getter. They work very hard, but they also are not beneath stepping on someone's toes. This is someone that could hear of a job opportunity from a friend, and a friend is excited about applying to that job, and the Emperor will go apply to it as well and may get the job. Or the Emperor may, approach... if a friend of a friend was asking for a review of a friend before they hired them, the Emperor may actually give that person a bad review and try to get the job themselves. Like, they are like that. They can be very shady, especially if it's the Emperor reversed. They could be super shady like that. The Emperor upright is not really the one that's going to undercut a friend for a job, but they may compete with that person. They may tell that person outright, instead of doing it behind their back, that, hey, that sounds like a good job, I'd like to apply for that too. And it would piss you as well. And it would piss you off, but they would at least tell you to your face if the card is upright. If it's upside down, they would be the one to go to your behind your back. So that's the Emperor energy. If we are looking for examples of the Emperor in TV, like I told you to pick out examples in TV. If I were watching, say, The Godfather or something like that, or something and Tony Montana came up, and Scarface or whatever movie it is, that would be the Emperor. He's a go-getter, he's a hard worker, he's hustling, he's out here, running these streets, running this dope game or whatever. He also knows what it takes to win, and he's not afraid to do it. So that would be an example of the Emperor. So think about the people in your life and try to pick out the Emperor, and then think of all the qualities that that real life example has and attribute it to that card. That way, when it comes up in a reading or you're trying to use it in spell work, you can think of who the card embodies. Immediately you're like, oh, the Emperor, Tony Montana, and you start thinking of all those qualities, and that card is ingrained in your memory. And you're able to start laying out your spreads when you're doing your rituals. If you were trying to do a ritual of empowerment, and say someone is the Fool and you need them to be more like the Emperor, then you would take the Emperor card and maybe put the Emperor sideways over the Fool, like crossing it like this. And then, speaking your intention into that ritual is that I'm trying to put these qualities into this person. If I'm trying to make someone trip up and this person is the Emperor and I know they're on their shit and they're on their game, I'm going to turn this card upside down and then take that other card, the Fool or whatever it is, and maybe put it over this, and that I'm trying to get this person to be less like the Emperor and more like whatever card I put on top. So that is how you would lay that out in a ritual. And join me next week where we're going to go forward and go to the next card. We're going to